Welcome back here at the Guitar Temple. Welcome, my brothers and sisters, and everybody in between. As you thinketh, so shall it be unto you. How you think and how you believe is what you will receive. But I can't, C-A-N-T. I can't do those arpeggios. And so be it unto you. No, you can't. You can't play fast because your mind says you can't, because you said it can't. One day you couldn't walk, but now you can. Remember, if you have a poor mouth, you have a poor existence. Did you tell a friend, by the way? Did you tell a friend? Did you tell a friend about the Guitar Temple? You know, you wanted it all for you? Yeah, that's fine. But I want you to be able to join us and receive. Hopefully you'll enjoy this next video. Let's take a look.
I am particularly proud and happy about the young filmmakers, actors, singers, writers. So never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy. If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. So keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
Yes, developed as a live act, but only patchily in fits and starts. The word tour, which now everybody now elegantly goes on tours, nobody had invented that. You did one-nighters. And the one-nighter could be, you know, could be 900 miles away, as it were. Or it could be, I don't mean 900 miles perhaps, although we did drive to Montreux in Switzerland. I remember from London to Montreux, 6 up, and me sitting on a milk crate. Oh, I can feel it now. The pleasure, the pain. It is amazing that we managed to hang together long enough to make any music at all, I think. And I'm still surprised, really, how that was possible. But I think intuitively we must have sensed that there was something happening or about to happen, I think. The beginning of the band was kind of a blur of events happening pretty quickly, yeah, mostly based with John hustling out work. Interesting work, often at clubs. There was a great club of the day called Blazes, and I seem to remember we got a gig there because Sly and the Family Stone had cancelled. We seemed to play the Albert Hall quite a bit with various bands, and then a record contract came so quickly and so thin. And this record company was the contract was about 5 pages long. I don't even remember signing it. We never looked for a record contract. There was just always a record contract there. I understand nowadays you have to work a lot harder to find a record deal. In those days, there were so many bands and so many groups, and to put it in context, you must understand the industry was pretty much trebling in size per annum. So everybody was robbing everybody blind, everybody was making a profit, nobody cared. If you stole from me, I didn't care. Why? Because I'm making more money next year. So nobody really minded. And you just signed any old bit of paper and got going. A terrific burst of energy to start with, and then a very slow period. Because suddenly we weren't the success that everybody said we were supposed to be. There was this other lot called Led Zeppelin, and they'd signed with Atlantic Records roughly the same time, I think. And as I understand it, Led Zeppelin did pretty well pretty quickly, whereas the Yes camp all went horribly quiet. We went off and did gigs in Wolverhampton. Made a record which nobody really bought. So things got a little sweatier then. It's just that I was phenomenally ignorant about, so ignorant that I can't tell you how ignorant I was about what a record deal was, what song publishing rights were, about how you sold record. I didn't even know whether Atlantic Records was from England or America. I mean, I didn't know and I didn't care, because I had another agenda, which was to be a good drummer, which is what I was interested in. I wasn't interested in the summer of love.
Was there always this sort of frustrated musician, composer inside a rock star's body at that time?
Well, no, there's the frustration of being a skinny musician, not getting your just dessert.
Yeah.
And so you're angry, and I want the world, and I want it now.
Yeah.
There's that.
Okay.
And then you, hopefully, if you achieve some success, you want more. And then eventually you grow up. Children,
but-
families, suburbs,
Yeah.
schools.
Even rock stars, huh?
Even rock stars
but
have to
as-
take their kids to school.
Right.
But as you toured the world, I mean, there are very few super groups. You must have thought, oh, we've kind of made it.
Totally. We thought we are the beginning and the end of all art, all culture. It begins and ends with us. That's the way your mind works when you're 26.
What would you tell four guys in a garage that had a good batch of songs? What would you tell them to do today?
Go play live. Just play live. I don't understand the industry. I don't understand where music is headed. I don't really understand technology. I just know that when you walk into a club and you see a band that blows you away, you are going to follow that band. You're going to either buy their CD, or you're going to find them online, or you're going to see them the next time they come to play. You don't have to stand in line at the song contest on TV to become a fucking popular musician. You know? Fuck product placement and fucking labels and A&R people and all that bullshit. It doesn't fucking matter. I swear to God. It doesn't matter. And if you back that up with the idea that just playing those great songs in your great live band is enough reward for you, then you're fucking set. But you gotta be badass. You just have to be really good. It's the other things that make up for your musical inability. You know, I mean, as a drummer, I never felt like I am going to be on the cover of Modern Drummer magazine because I'm the best fucking drummer in the world. I just knew that if you put me on stage without a fucking PA or floor monitors in a small club, that I would beat the fucking shit out of my drums so much that people would go, God damn, did you see that fucking drummer? Right. Whoa. So at the end of the show, I was a successful musician because I had achieved what I wanted to achieve.
When I first started out, I saw Damien Rice in concert, and I mention it in a song. I said, I won't stop till my name's in lights, Stadium Heights with Damien Rice. And literally, like, I watched him and was like, I want to do that one day. And wrote a million songs, did a million gigs, and have ended up kind of doing a similar thing. But it literally came from writing a song a day, or 2 songs a day, or 5 songs a day, and just getting all these songs out of me, doing a million gigs, sometimes 3 gigs a day. We did 6 gigs a day one year at Glastonbury. But I think you view it as a dirty tap. When you switch a dirty tap on, it's going to flow shit water out for a substantial amount of time, and then clean water is going to start flowing, and now and then you'll get a bit of shit, but as long as it gets out of you, it's fine. So with songs, you're going to write shit songs at the beginning. My songs were terrible. My raps were terrible. Like, I listened to it the other day, it was awful, but I got it out of me, and the more and more you write, the more and more you experience, and then you start flowing clean water, and songs start getting better and better and better, and when you're on a good streak, you're writing good songs, now and then you're going to write a shit song, and that song is out of you and you can move on. And it's the same with gigs. Like, you will always play bad gigs at the beginning. That's what you need to do. And then the more gigs you do, the better you'll get. Now and then you'll have a shit gig, but that's all right because you've got it out of you and you've experienced it. So I just say the more and more you can do, you put in your 10,000 hours, write as many songs as possible, gig as much as possible. Always be nice to people, because that is how the music industry works now. It doesn't work on who's the best. It works on who's got the best music and who's the nicest.
We make your own dream. That's the Beatles' story, isn't it? That's Yoko's story. That's what I'm saying now. Produce your own dream. If you want to say Peru, go and say Peru. It's quite possible to do anything. But not to put it on leaders and parking meters. Don't expect Carter or Reagan or John Lennon or Yoko Ono or Bob Dylan or Jesus Christ to come and do it for you. You have to do it yourself. That's what the great masters and mistresses have been saying ever since time began. Why? They can point the way, leave signposts, and little instructions in various books that are now called holy and worshipped for the cover of the book and not what it says. But the instructions are all there for all to see, have always been, always will be. There's nothing new under the sun. All roads lead to Rome. And people cannot provide it for you.
Hello? Can I help?
I don't know. Are you John?
That's right.
From Liverpool?
That's right.
It's an honour to meet you. John?
Yeah.
Have you had a happy life?
Very?
But not successful?
You just said very happy. That means successful. Did a job I enjoyed day after day. Sailed the world. Fought for things I believed in. And won. A couple of times. Found a woman I loved. Fought hard to keep her too. Lived my life with her.
Fought hard for her?
They were complicated. Sorry, what's your name?
Jack.
There were complications, young Jack. Loss and gain. Prejudice and pride. But it all turned out just fab. You want a good life? It's not complicated. Tell the girl you love that you love her. And tell the truth to everyone whenever you can.
It's hard to give advice. You know, I think the core things are still the same. You have to have an incredible belief. If you really believe in what you're doing and you really have a vision of where you want to be, you have a good chance of getting there. You know, the rest of it is all just, you know, embroidery, really. You know, it's what's inside you and what you want to say. And I think, really, you know, if your aim is just being famous, then forget it, because being famous is nothing. It doesn't mean anything, you know. But if you have something to say, and if you have something, you know, if you have something in mind that you want to communicate, then you will do it.
To be completely honest with themselves about what they don't know. Do you know all the scales? The answer is no. Well, then what are you going to do about it? And so it's really quite obvious. We just have to be very straightforward with ourselves, and that's how we arrange our practicing.
The level of achievement that we have at anything is a reflection of how well we were able to focus on it. Because the only thing that's holding you back is the way you're thinking.
I don't know. I don't really live on compliments. Matter of fact, it has a way of distracting me. And a whole lot of other musicians and artists that are out there today, you know, they hear all these compliments, they say, wow, it must have been really great. So they get fat and satisfied, and they get lost, and they forget about the actual talent that they have, and they start living into another world, you know.
But never work for other people at what you do. Always remember that the reason that you initially started working was that there was something inside yourself that you felt that if you could manifest it in some way, you would understand more about yourself and how you coexist with the rest of society. And I think it's terribly dangerous for an artist to fulfill other people's expectations. I think they generally produce their worst work when they do that. And the other thing I would say is that if you feel safe in the area that you're working in, you're not working in the right area. Always go a little further into the water than you feel you're capable of being in. Go a little bit out of your depth. And when you don't feel that your feet are quite touching the bottom, you're just about in the right place to do something exciting.
You should do this, or your friends will tell you should do that, or you know the press will tell you, or whatever they call the media now. Sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you get really bad stuff, and you should never get affected by either one, because what the most important thing is you find what you love, You find what you love, and you do that. And you totally ignore water off a duck, everything. You cannot be worrying about what other people think. Because then if you do that, you know, you're never gonna get, I mean, you gotta be second guessing yourself all the time. You have to be sure that what you do is what you love to do. Because if you love it, at least you love it, you know. And maybe another 100,000 people love it too, and some other people might not like it. It doesn't matter, because what you have to express what you want to express. You only live once. You know, it's the most important thing.
Because it's poison thoughts create poison people. Analyze how you're thinking. Empty yourself out of all negative as best you can. Think on the positive. Think on the good things that have happened to you. Drop the ya but, because ya but is a dream killer, isn't it? If your dream boat doesn't come out to you, swim out to it. See your vision of yourself in the right way. Believe that you can receive. I come to you in a vision. Well, see that vision in the right sense. Believe that you can. If somebody else could, so could you. Yeah, but right there. Okay? Be a disciple of self. Discipline. Disciple of self. Believe you can, and you will, if you keep on keeping on. One little step. Don't go all out with no rests. That's not good. But also the happy medium. Don't relax too much and not push yourself. Push yourself and push yourself, then release all sense of burden, struggle, and fear. Take a shower, go for a walk on the beach, walk on the shoreline. Acts as a degaussing system of the electrical battery, which is your brain. Okay? Walk on the shoreline barefooted. And go after what you're supposed to be. You know it's right deep down inside. I've got responsibilities. Then your responsibility must be to fine-tune discipline, the respect of yourself, disciple of self. So how can I get my chief aim goal? Just today, this one day, this 1 hour, this one day, get rid of a negative. Get rid of a negative. Oh, smoking. Get rid of it. Today, this day, that's it. Today I won't. This hour I won't. You don't drink? Don't drink anymore. Don't drink anymore. That's it, if you drink. That negative will hinder the positive. Do everything that is right and nothing that is wrong. You will achieve where you need to be. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Tell a friend.